Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another video on Palia. It has been a hot minute since I've talked about this game on my channel, but they are finally addressing what I'm pretty sure is one of the biggest complaints about Palia that's not microtransaction or bug related. And that is the lack of ability to romance Hodari. Because finally, we will be able to romance him in an update coming out 2 days from now. Let's take a look at a sneak peek that they tweeted today.
You talking to me? All right. Well, hey there. Always got time for you, darling.
I'm sure many people swooned over that last line. So, what they announced for this update is that, well, he's claimed our hearts, now it's time to claim his. Patch 0.170 is releasing on October 12th, 2023 at 10 AM Pacific Time. Featuring Hodari Romance, Obstacle Cores, Halloween Decor, Flare Arrows, Workbench Updates, Nearby Chat, new premium outfits, and more! Tish will always be my number one, but I am curious to see how Hodari's romance would go, especially considering he is a single parent. I'm also pretty intrigued by the obstacle course as someone who really loves playing platforming games. And flare arrows I think are going to come in super handy because it is annoying how we don't really have a way to just mark where some kind of like rare resource is, like a flow tree or Dari cloves, things like that. Though I think if you're in a party, yeah, there's like one marker thing you can do, but if you're just playing with randoms at the time, then there really isn't anything. Well, besides, if you were participating in the Maji market during the like earliest part of it before the hotfix went out, you could easily make a whole bunch of those Phoenix fireworks. And I literally made like over 1,000 of them. So I've been using those as my so-called flares. But it's good to have something proper, especially considering those fireworks were only available for a limited time anyways. Though at least they have confirmed that the Maji market will return someday. In a blog post from last month, they did give us a little preview at some of the things that are already coming in this update, like the flare arrows, so there's a visual work in progress on what that's going to look like. It also talks about how they work, so they deal no damage and do not alert any nearby creatures, and it leaves a lingering visual effect in the sky for 1 minute, high into the air. The color is randomized, so that's an interesting choice. Players will only be able to have one active flare at a time, and firing a flare arrow while you already have one active will cancel out the first one. For the recipe, it gives you 5 at a time, and what you need is 5 heartwood, 5 flint, and 1 crystal lake lotus. So overall, not too difficult to craft, thankfully. Here's a sneak peek at what the obstacle course looks like. Interesting that the background looks similar to what you see while you're creating your character at the beginning of the game. And they have made it clear that this is meant to be more of a niche feature. Not all players are really going to care about this. So there's not going to be any unique rewards behind completing this obstacle course at all. It's more about getting just a sense of accomplishment from completing the challenge. That blog post also talked about nearby or proximity chat, so it will be a new text channel in the game that allows players to send messages exclusively to players within their vicinity, and it will hopefully make it easier for players to have more intimate conversations, roleplay, and coordinate gameplay. Yeah, that does sound like a nice feature, because sometimes when I'm just relaxing at my house, I see in the chat on the same server people like doing cake parties and they're communicating like what they have to do, and it doesn't bother me personally. I think it is kind of amusing seeing people in the chat frantically like gathering ingredients and baking and all that stuff, but I can imagine it being an annoyance to others, so I think that will be very useful in the long run. They also talked a tiny bit about the workbench update. There's supposed to be new sorting options and updated tabs with several other additional changes to follow and patches beyond that. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what that is going to fully be when the patch releases in 2 days. That's all we know for now, so I'm looking forward to playing this update. It looks pretty interesting. I will say I am a little surprised that there's nothing about a Halloween event. Maybe it is too soon after the Maji Market to do another one, unless they spring it on us just right before Halloween, because they tend to put out updates for this game every 2 weeks, so that could still be a thing. That's it for now though, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you excited to finally be able to romance Hodari? Hopefully Sifu is not too far behind. I feel like everyone forgets about her. But be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later and have a great day. Thanks for watching.